Different ways of mark making. Okay, so now we've spoken about quite a few techniques and tips for getting creative ideas going. In this video we will talk more about the physical ways of mark making and helping you reach the magic 100 for this project. So you don't have to stick to this, but when the ideas start running dry, try to complete as many of these as you can. You'll be amazed at what ideas might spark off from starting some of these. And don't forget to post them in the project gallery. Let us know which ones you found hard, which ones you really enjoyed, which ones you might try again. Use food. Try producing 10 solutions to your object using food. Potato prints, flour, rice, squirty cream. Think about a negative space too. Using flour or couscous could be great for creating shapes within it. You can sprinkle flour over a cut-out piece of paper, for example. Using the clementine segments in this way might inspire some sort of logo for a certain project. Photography. Depending on your chosen subject, this will be easier for some than others. 10 flowers would be easy. 10 fish might be a bit trickier, but think about the shapes of the fish. Go out and photograph anything that slightly resembles an element of a fish, for example, or something that sums up the essence of your subject. Maybe it's the colours you associate with your project. Don't worry if you haven't got the latest SLR camera, just use whatever tools you have. You know, smartphones are fine. Remember, this is mostly about idea generation. Use nothing but paper. Cut it, fold it, use collage, use different coloured paper together or pattern paper. Look at artists like Matisse for inspiration. Drawing. Okay, so you've probably all drawn your object a few times by now. And now I want you to try 10 ways of drawing differently. Maybe it's using your other hand, closing your eyes and draw. Use other materials like lipstick, drawing in the sand, crayons, felt tips, chalk. Draw on different objects like pebbles, napkins. You can see here this is the sun. One is drawn with my left hand and one is drawn with my eyes closed. And I was trying to make the same shape with both, but you know, it can lead to some kind of interesting shapes and solutions. So let's give it a go. Modelling. I want you to think about 3 dimensions with these. Use Play-Doh, plasticine, clay, salt dough, cardboard, sand, Lego, wood, metal, beads, anything you can get your hands on. Remember the tip about playing. Try to think like a kid again and play. Don't overthink it. And remember, don't worry if you make mistakes. So try to include about 5 to 10 models of some kind in your 100. Painting. Just paint even if you think you can't. Paint on different materials. Paint using a variety of paint from watercolour to acrylics. Some people will be more into painting than others, but if you think it's not your thing, try it anyway. Remember the tip about trying new things. Typography. Try illustrating the word using type. Maybe it's simply choosing a typeface that represents your object, or maybe you do something more elaborate with type. Maybe a quote including your word. When looking at typefaces, think about the qualities different typefaces have. Here's 4 different typefaces illustrating the word sun. I think the 3 rounded ones represent the sun and how it makes people feel much more than the square one, bottom right, for example. Have a go at producing at least 5 typographic solutions in the 100. Whilst these are quite specific to this project, you might find it useful to draw upon some of these in your everyday design jobs. I quite often try drawing with my other hand. I'm always taking photos, even if they aren't relating to a particular project at the time, and typography is a skill you will always need as a graphic designer. If this is an area you'd like to learn more about, then please do check out my Art of Typography class on Skillshare also. As for using food, you never know when this might come in useful. Here's some stills from a title sequence I helped design for a TV programme called Britain's Best Dish. This was lots of fun, by the way. So although some of these techniques might seem silly, at some point in your careers as designers, I promise you, you will use them. Post up some of your works of art that you create in the project gallery. I really can't wait to check in and see what you guys come up with.